Hi, my name is Sharda Gupta. As the Los Angeles Dodgers get the 9-1 win over the San Francisco Giants from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. And now I would like to welcome Loro Antonio to the postgame show.
How's it going, Shardo? Thanks for having me on again.
So this was what were your thoughts on the win first most?
I thought it was a great win for the Dodgers. This was the best offensive game they played all year. I mean, there's more. I mean, a lot. Everybody thinks the Dodgers are going to score like 9 runs every game, and that doesn't happen every game. But I think that the Dodgers, I think that this team is definitely on the right track. I think this was a great win for the Dodgers to sweep the rival Giants, and I think that the Dodgers are feeling good heading into their next series with the Chicago Cubs.
Loro, but your Dodgers swept my Giants 2-0 this series, but I'm gonna get your Dodgers next time we get going on that 3-game series in San Francisco, in San Francisco.
That's going to be a really good game, I'll tell you that. And then the Dodgers don't play the Giants in LA again until after the All-Star break.
So this what were your who was which player made the biggest impact in this game?
I have to say everybody. I can't name one player, but I think everybody played great. Mookie Betts was phenomenal today, and I also think Max Muncy is starting to get it going again.
What were your thoughts on that Mookie Betts home run?
Oh, I thought it was a great home run. I thought that the Giants fan that caught it, I think that he gave that ball to that Dodgers fan there.
So Mookie Betts hit back-to-back home runs. He hit one home run in game 1 and then he came back in game 2 and hit a home run.
Yeah, he sure did. And then I'll tell you, the next time that the Giants play, your Giants are going to be playing the St. Louis Cardinals.
Um so your I think your team is played really hard tonight against my Giants. They it was a great win for your organization to get this sweep. Uh but were you really did you really want your Dodgers to get that sweep cuz you're really feeling that it was going to be a sweep?
I had a feeling it was going to be a sweep. I wanted that and I think that the Dodgers, I think that the Dodgers, I think that now, I think the Giants this year, they've taken a bit of a step back from last year, and I think that the Dodgers are showing that they rule the NL West.
So the Dodger fans need to get out the brooms.
Yep, we're getting out the rooms tonight. That's for sure.
Um who are your top 5 LA Dodgers players of all time?
Good question. I mean, all time, number one for me is Jackie Robinson. Then I'd go Sandy Koufax, number 2, Don Drysdale, number 3, Oral Hershiser, number 4, and then 5 would be Sean Green. Or Andre. I'm going to change that, make that Andre Ethier.
What impact did Jackie Robinson have on the game?
No, he was the first African American man to play baseball.
Um for
Yeah,
my Giants,
and he was also a good advocate for civil rights.
um but for me, I think for me my 5 greatest Giants of all time, I have to go with Tim Lincecum number 1. I got to go Barry Bonds number 2. I got to go Juan Marichal number 3, Orlando Cepeda number 4, and number 5 Buster Posey.
That's a good list there. But anyways, what do you think the Giants need to do to in order for them to have a good series when they play the St. Louis Cardinals on Thursday night?
I mean, like, if they want to sweep the St. Louis Cardinals in San Francisco, I think they need to play really. They need to play really hard in that series, and they gotta show the Cardinals that they're out there to fight and get that win over the Cardinals.
They're going to have to show some fight. You're absolutely right about that. Chardol just left, and I'm lower. I'll be hosting temporarily here. And talk about the Dodgers, folks. I think that it was the Dodgers pitching play was a big factor in this win today, and I think that the Dodgers they did what they had to do. Chardol.
And for me, I'm really excited to see Jock Peterson back from that injury. You know, he's a great addition to the Giants. When we got him, it was it was something magical to get somebody like Peterson on our roster, and he's having one hell of a season right now on the orange and black.
Yeah, Jock Peterson didn't have a. They didn't have a. I mean, Jock Peterson was good, but he just wasn't himself today, though.
I mean, like when certain players aren't don't have their moments, um, is that kind of like a stunner because you want them to go out there and do the best they can, but some days they don't do the best they can.
Yeah, they don't. They don't do the best they can there.
So um I really like that Brandon Crawford home run was really remarkable. It gave the Giants that 1-0 lead. Um but then we weren't able to hold on to that lead, and then that lead crumbled, and then you guys eventually took the lead and then ended up taking the game from the Giants.
That was that was a really good. I thought that was a good home run by Brown and Crawford, but I think that if you look at this Dodgers team, I think that the Dodgers they did a good enough job to hold the Giants to a run.
Do you think the Dodgers did a fine job holding down the Giants and not letting them score any more runs in the ball game?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a good game to watch.
So what are some of your most iconic moments from Dodgers history?
Well, I wasn't alive for the Kirk Gibson home run. I mean, you know how that was.
I mean, do you think would you say Adrian Gonzalez was great on the Dodgers?
Yeah, I think he was great on the Dodgers.
Um, but what were your thoughts on Tony Gonsolin, and how well do you think he did on the mound tonight?
I thought he did okay on the mound. I thought that it was an okay. I thought he did good, especially only limiting to that one run.
So Conscious Raza says that Kirk Gibson home run the A's was heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. You're absolutely right about that, Raza. So I think that this was a but the Dodgers, ended up winning that series in five.
Um, so what are your thoughts on your Dodgers if they want to keep this winning streak going?
Well, the thing is that I think that what the Dodgers need to do is that I think that the Dodgers have to they're going to have to they're going to continue to they need to continue their good pitching and also their good hitting as well.
And who are your top five power hitters on the Dodgers?
Right now, it's Freddie Freeman, then Max Muncy, then JT, and then you also have Trey Turner too, because Trey Turner is the real deal.
Um, but the thing I found out a little surprising was that Trace Thompson, who was Clay Thompson's brother, he used to play for the Dodgers.
I liked him. I think Trace was a really solid player there.
And I bet Trace Thompson meant a lot to Warriors fans because his brother currently plays for the Golden State Warriors.
You're right. he did mean a lot there.
And they look super identical. Like I can't when I look at Clay Thompson's photo and I look at Trace Thompson's photo, they look completely identical, like they're brothers.
Yeah, they're kind of like brothers, but I think that you're totally right on that comparison. You're right about that. But anyway, Shardo,
And they both and both of them attended Rancho Santa Margarita High School in Los Angeles, California.
they did. That's a coincidence. That's a good coincidence there.
Um, so we have another question coming in from Conscious Raza. He says, "Do you like Magic Johnson as an owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers?"
Yeah, I do. I think that he knows LA well. I mean, he's a Laker legend, and he, I think that he's, I think he, I think that, I think that Magic has done a great job.
Um, what do you think Magic owner Magic Johnson has brought to this Laker organization, and he might potentially be a owner of this LA Dodgers baseball team?
He's a part owner, not a full time owner.
Uh, but are the questions you have for me?
No, we're good, man. Thanks for having me on again, as always.
But Lauro, it's always a pleasure having you on my YouTube channel. I really love doing these post game shows together, and I can't wait for that 3 game series against the Dodgers from Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. That's gonna be an amazing series, and um, you're if and the Dodgers swept the Giants, so I'm gonna return the favor and go into Oracle Park and sweep your Dodgers.
That you know what? Too early to predict that, but you know what? We're gonna wait and see, man.
But I hope you have a great night, and it was great having you on.
Yes, thanks for having me as usual.
Have a good night, Loro.